Hello, everybody. Whoa. Hello, everybody. I've got weird gremlins going on tonight. Right, bear with me for a second because I've got a whole. I'm gonna have to go out and come back in again, guys. You're gonna have to bear with me. I'm so sorry. I promise I'll be back in just a second. Hold on. It's Armageddon here. It really is. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Oh my God, what a nightmare. First of all, guys, hello. First of all, I came on the stream, no mic, no audio. So it's like, okay, computer completely froze up, so I had to restart the computer and then came on to stream and said, this stream will not be recorded. You do not have enough room in your library. I'm like, oh. Anyway, we're here. Well, hello, John. Hello, Stephanie. Hello, P. Hello, Danny. Hello, Odonna. Hello, Devansha. Hello, Maren. Hello, Michelle. Lovely to see you. Hello, Karen A. I think I saw your... Yes, I did. Hello, Karen A. Oh, my goodness. That was a bit stressful. Oh, well, never mind. We're here. And breathe. All right, Michelle. Let's do Michelle first. Let's jump straight in. Okay, Michelle. Michelle's question is, should I send that message? Ooh. Okay. All right. Message to Michelle. Right. Should Michelle... Guidance to Michelle about sending the message. I'm not sure I would, Michelle. I'm not sure that this is a yes, right? Because this is telling you, I think, sending the message, I don't think is actually going to make you feel better. Ultimately, I would say this is something that perhaps you need to address within yourself. I don't think you're going to be happy with the result or what comes back. It doesn't feel like it's going to give you the resolve or the release that maybe you want. So if I'm going to nail my colours to the mast, sweetie, I'd say no. I'd say sit with it for a little bit longer and just allow it to be there. And whatever the message is, you've sent it because you've written it. So, but I wouldn't send it physically. Not based on that card, I wouldn't. Whoa, all right then. I think that was quite clear. What have we got? Okay. You're calm. Devantia. Okay. What's coming towards Devantia? That is not an oncoming train. All right. Let's have a look. Oh. So this is a bit of peace, actually. This isn't bad at all. So the Four of Wands is just where we are. We step back out of the melee and we have a bit of me time, a bit of relaxation time, a bit of time where we rest your mind and you're going to have the opportunity to just allow things to settle down, and so you don't have to think about anything. That's nice, Devantia. If that's coming towards you, that's nice. It's a hospital card, not because you're going to hospital. I want to just make that one clear. It's because when we're in hospital, we are out of life, and we are allowing ourselves to be healed, if you like, by rest and recuperation. That's very nice, actually. That's okay. I think that's rather nice. Oh, yes, Caroline, thank you. It's that was a bit nerve-wracking, actually. To completely foul up takes a computer. Yes, John. Although, John, I will give it a run for its money. Let's just say computers may foul up completely, but I'll take them on. All right. Thank you, P. I am fine. All is well. We were back in London this weekend, which is very nice. And Jeff had a gig up in a place called Surat, which is very lovely there. Very, very lovely. Hello, Danny. Okay, Stephanie. Can have a card. So I have the Oracle cards that we used last week. I have those here. I'm not going to take one for every card. They're going to be here till midnight again. But I will take them periodically where I feel formed to do so. Okay, Stephanie, let's have a look. This is, what should Stephanie put her attention on next? Okay, what's your next thing to put your attention on? Oh, look, the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is the wishes granted card. So what this is telling you to do is to think about what it is you actually want. What do you wish for? What do you want? That should have your attention because that's important. So we all know, don't we, that when we're doing any kind of manifestation, we have to have a clear idea of what it is we want to step into next. So, what is your wish, oh Stephanie? And allow that to become part of your plan. There we go. It's very nice. We like that. Very good. Should we take Stephanie a card around her wishes? Let's take Stephanie a I should have got them out, shouldn't I? Let's take Stephanie an oracle card as well. It's quite fun. Okay. We're going to have to go full on intuitive this week, guys, because I haven't got my glasses. They don't be able to read the booklet. Let's have a look. Okay, so this is for Stephanie about her next step. Well, that's very nice. So this is in the body. So this is where the body carries the memory of our experiences, and when we bring them to life within ourselves, then we can manifest that energy into real life. That's really nice, actually. Feel it in the body, bring it into the body, not just in your mind, not just in the ether. Bring it into your physicality. That 9 of Cups is really important. That's very nice. That's a great card. Look at that. I like that a lot. Good. Stephanie. Nice one. Oh, Prabhat, we're with you on this Mark journey, sweetie. I will take a card for you, darling, but I think over the last couple of weeks, I think we might have established that Mark is not open to communication, if I remember this rightly. But I will take a card for you, of course. Okay. All right. How does Mark see his position on declining Prabha's friend request? How does Mark see his position? So the Page of Cups is an interesting card, isn't it? Because this is a card of, it's quite an innocent little card. It's not a really like powerful negative energy or anything. It's just saying, I know what I like. It's just I'm exploring my emotional position, and it's not a big deal exactly. It's not that it's like a big old block. It's just very much I just feel that this is the right thing to do. So when we are in the page, we are exploring our emotional feelings. We are, and we are also exploring our connections into the world. And what he's saying is, in this card, I have explored, and I am not drawn to connect because it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. Okay, so there isn't any big negative agenda here. I just think Mark doesn't want to, sweetie. Any other information around that? Well, okay, now we've got the other end of the spectrum, the King of Swords. And this is, again, it's a decision made. And this is an unemotional decision. This is just a decision that it's like, I've just made a judgment. I've made a judgment because I don't think it's a connection that will make me happy. Now, darling, I know this isn't what you want to hear. I do get it. But the trouble is, it is pretty clear that this is judge and jury. This is like, I have made my judgment. I've made my decision. And, I've made my decision because I don't feel I want to. And there's your Page of Cups in play. I think you may have to leave him to it, darling. I'm not sure you have a choice. All right. What have we got? Maren. Hello, Maren. A guidance card. Okay. Let's have a look. This is a guidance card for Maren. Well, Maren, this is a very forthright card, isn't it? The Knight of Swords sees the day. Just do it, girl. Right? So here we have a fighter pilot. And the fighter pilot knows what his mission is. He knows what he's got to do. Just has to do it. And what this card normally asks you to do is to step out of your emotional perspective. So whatever emotions that are going on which might be in your way, you've just got to put them aside and just do what you've got to do. Do what you know you should do. All right? No fuss, no muss. The fighter pilot, because it's swords, it's off the air. So the fighter pilot trope is an interesting one, isn't it? Because all knights, as we know, are mission based, and this guy he knows his mission, and he doesn't second guess the mission. He doesn't think, should I do the mission or shouldn't I? Do I feel like it today or don't I? Well, I'm not really sure if the mission's for me. He doesn't do any of that. He just gets in the plane and flies. And that, I think, is what you need to be guided by. You need to embrace your inner fighter pilot, Maren. Okay? All right, let's take a quick oracle card for that. Okay. Hold on a second. I have to put it by the light. Integrity. Integrity. She looks very much like the Queen of Swords, doesn't she? Look, she's got the Queen. She's got the thing there. So it is, in effect, kind of another swords card, isn't it? Yeah. Look at the tones are all very cool. On here we have a lot of cool colors, and the Queen of Swords is very much, again, the same thing. You have to do what you think is right. Do what you know you have to do. That's good. We like that. I think they say much the same thing. I like the fact we've got, I'm presuming this is some kind of broom here. They're kind of like sweeping, isn't it? Like a kind of clearing, like an energetic clearing. So we've got a sword for cutting through the weeds, and then we've got a brush because it is we are cleaning the space of anything which is lurking. That's all right. Quite like that. Very nice. Okay. Let's see who else. Ooh, who's this? Surrender. Will I clear SSC CGL 2025? Well, I have no idea what any of that means, Surrender, but I will ask the question anyway because you do. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. Let's see what you should prepare for with regards to your question about clearing SSC CGL. Let's ask. Well, I think the answer is probably yes, actually, because this is just fear. This is just doubt, and you can't see clearly, and just not sure, just don't know, and it's doubt, and maybe even feeling a bit of a low mood going on as well with this card. Often we feel a little bit depressed, a bit down, a bit lacking in energy, just not confident that you're gonna get what you want. I think you will. I think it's telling you it's just fear. So I think you should be confident. That's good. There's nothing, we don't need to fuss about that one. I think you should be confident. So that's good. There's just fear, sweetie. That's all. Fear will not help you. Confidence will. Awesome. We like that. That's quite positive, really. Okay. Danny. Hello, Danny. What opportunities are coming my way regarding housing or moving? Okay. Have a look. Interesting. So we've got two of wands. The Two of Wands tells you, Danny, that I think you will have the choice as to whether to move. And I think we need to be looking at the next 6 months for this. So yes, I think you've got a bit of a crossroads coming up, and the Two of Wands is a card called Dominion. So it tells you that the choice will be yours, and you need to choose your path for the right reasons. So that's good. So I think there will be opportunities, yes. And I think that you will probably have some sort of a choice to make, maybe as to which one, or maybe whether to move at all, or maybe whether to say yes to whatever is on offer. As yet undecided, because the choice hasn't been made yet. That's very good. So yes, I think there will be, Danny. Definitely. That's nice. That was easy, wasn't it? Okay. Okay. Hello, Oswini Gupta. I hope that's the right way of pronouncing it. I thought you. Oh yes, here we go. No, this is the one I meant to highlight. Good. Can I ask if Will Kushagra get the UK pitch for business? Ooh. Is that Ohaswini? I have no ability to pronounce anything, so if I get it wrong, please don't be offended, because you're not alone. If there's a way of getting it wrong, I probably will do. Okay. Will Kushagra. Well, that's very interesting, isn't it? So what we've got is the Wheel of Fortune. Oops, that's not that one. That one is the Wheel of Fortune, and that is it's a little bit of a fudge, but I don't think it's a no. I think that there are circumstances in play that will influence things in a way that is unexpected. So I don't think this is a no, I think he just needs to be nimble in his dealings with it, because I don't think it's going to be straightforward, right? I think he has to be able to pivot a bit and respond to circumstances which perhaps may morph and change within the process. But if he can do that, for me, I think it's a cautious yes. Cautious, right? That's not bad at all. Not bad at all, but it does come with the caveat that there will be unexpected twists and turns within the situation that could influence it in a way that perhaps he doesn't expect. So that's gonna be the telling part of it. Okay. But lovely to see you. I think you're new. I don't think I've seen you before, so welcome. Thank you, John. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And yes, do please write a comment. It really does help YouTube know that you love us. We really do appreciate it. So if you're new to the channel and you've asked a question, you can pay me back by subscribing and liking and leaving me a little comment. Great. Lovely, lovely. John, do you want me to draw a card for you on your software solution deal? Would you like me to do that? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it unless you're okay with it. But let me know if you'd like me to, and I will. Hello, Ram Singh. Okay. We're drawn. What does Audron need to know about her job security? We can word that like that, can't we? Okay, let's have a look. What does Audron need to know about her job security? Well, I don't think you're going to be there forever, Audron. I have this card. Now, this is an interesting card, isn't it? Because if I read into this, right, that could say on the surface, well, no, you're going to be disappointed, you're not. But I'm not sure that's what it's about, really. I think what that's telling you is actually maybe it's you that needs to move on. Perhaps it's important that you leave the past behind, for sure, and you don't make decisions based on disappointments of the past. So this card doesn't tell you that it's just going to end. It doesn't say that. But what it does say is that the job may not work out the way you want to, and that is okay. And that actually moving forward to something that you actually want to do may ultimately be in your favor. So I would just sit with that. I don't think it's saying that you're going to get kicked out, because that's not what that card says. But it doesn't feel particularly satisfactory to me, Audron. It doesn't feel that maybe it's a job in which you should stay for a while. Anyway, have a think about that. I don't see urgency in this situation, so I don't see an ending. Like, no, I don't see that. I don't see that. So I think you probably could if you wanted to, but you just need to tune into that and decide whether you think it's actually the right thing to do or not. Okay. Hello, Claire. I will get to you in just a second. You can. Martha, very nice to meet you, Martha. I don't think we've seen you on the channel before. Thank you for coming. It's lovely to have you here. You can indeed have a reading. In return, please do like and subscribe the channel. As my friend John says, help the algorithm. So algorithms are God now, aren't they? Whether it be Facebook or YouTube or goodness gracious. We are at the mercy of the algorithmic powers that be. Okay, so this is for Martha. So Martha, we're going to take a guidance card for you. And we're going to call this a message from your guides. We're going to ask them if they'll to say what they want to say to you. Okay? Oh, look, that's really nice. So this is about new, at its core, new love, new happiness, and a need for you to be really honest emotionally with yourself and with the people around you. And through that honesty and through that authenticity, emotional authenticity, you will find a new way forward. Now, this could be very simple. It can just be a new relationship. However, we must be careful because it is an ace, and an ace carries no guarantees. So, how do we know whether or not it's the right relationship? How do we know? We know because we need to be, again, authentic and really honest with ourselves about our happiness. And this ace contains within it all the potentials of any new relationship. So it's telling you that you need to know what's going to properly make you happy, being authentic for you, what's properly going to make you happy in order for you to know whether to walk forward with it or not. Anyway, honesty, emotional honesty, really, really important for you, right? Speak your truth in a good way from the heart. Doesn't have to be anything other than that. Just speak your truth from the heart and move forward. I hope that's useful. I'm going to take you an oracle card. Oracle cards are great when we have a message from our guides because they add the next part of the conversation. So let's have a look. Hold on. What does it say? Initiate. I really like this card. The colors kind of remind me of the life code colors there. They're very bright and vibrant, and there's a lot going on in it. And interestingly enough, much like the world card, we have these four, the traditional world card, we have these four symbols, the world and the Wheel of Fortune card. So I think this is everything coming together. So your Ace of Cups is telling you that you're in a great position to relearn relationships and to bring about a brand new initiate. Is like you're a student that is going through an initiation, and then when you do that, when you come out the other side, you are changed, and you are better and stronger and more resilient, and your relationships and emotional connections will be better as a result. So it tends to suggest this is a bit of a learning phase which really chimes in with the idea of being emotionally honest and authentic in your dealings with those you care about. That's really nice. We like that a lot. Very good. Okay, Claire. Yes, Stephanie, that was a lovely card, wasn't it? I thought so. Okay, Claire. Now you have a card. Message from your guides. You can indeed, my love. Of course. Okay. Miss John, I see you. Okay. This is for Claire. Claire wants a message from her guides. Oh, that's really cool. That's the King of Pentacles. This is telling you to step into a position of some authority in your life, Claire. It's King energy. So it's telling you that you have the ability here to sort of take control of the resources in your life, to add richness and abundance and to step up. It's a bit like Level Up, isn't this? If this was a computer game, it would be like, hurrah, up you go. And that's great because you have achieved a level of expertise and authority. So we like this a lot. And you need to step into that with some confidence. So this is obviously, money is a part of Pentacles. Money and work is a part of Pentacles. So lots of confidence in that area. If there's any opportunity for you to manage or lead or be to the front where you're making decisions and taking ownership, that is awesome. If it's your business, again, take ownership or, be confident, authentic. Very good. So this is about you showing up as the CEO, really, as the boss, Claire. And your guides want you to really lean into that. So that's very positive and very strong. In the way that I interact with tarot, the magician in the major arcana, Claire, because I know you read some tarot, is directly aligned to the King of Pentacles, because the King of Pentacles is the sum of the other three kings. And so the magician's job is to master all the energies, isn't he? That's his stroke. His job is to master the energies and make them real, bring them to earth, as above, so below. And the king is where he's doing that. Isn't that cool? So it's the magician having kind of graduated here, making it real. Excellent. That's very nice. That's a lovely message for you. Really awesome. Okay, message from guides needs an oracle card as well. Okay. What have we got here? We have challenge. I love the humor of this. Look at this guy. I'm presuming that he's trying to meditate. And what we have this bird going, rah, rah, which is challenging him in what he's trying to do. So I'm going to take that as meaning that your guides are shouting at you from the sidelines and they want you to pick up the challenge, right? So it's almost like they're going, hey, Claire, wake up, right? Step up, come on. So I like that. Pick up the challenge, Claire. They're shouting at you from the sidelines. I'm just being fair. And they're going, no, come on. Very good. Wow. There's a lot of energy in that. That's so cool. I hope that resonates with you, Claire, and you can see how to apply that in a way that's really constructive. I would be amazed if you can't, because it's very powerful. They don't normally give you a message like that unless you would know how to apply it. Okay. So, John, let's have a look. You can, John. Tomorrow you're sending an email that could result in me being able to help people as a career. How will this inquiry be received by the organization? Okay, good question. Let's have a look. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Well, you too, John, have the King of Pentacles. So I think what they're going to do is they're going to look at it from a financial perspective, and they're going to be looking at the bigger picture. So it's going to be received by them as in, will this add to our resources? Will this in some way contribute to us? So could we make money from it? Will it be profitable? Will it be something that will add to a portfolio of some sort? Okay, even if it isn't directly financial, it's got to add value to them in a tangible way. So they're going to be exploring it. It's not a no, is it, for sure? So we asked, how will this inquiry be received? It will be received in the spirit of the King of Pentacles, and they will respond to it from that perspective. Okay. I don't think that tells you what you want to know, so I'm going to ask how you will feel about their response, John. Justice. That's, that could mean a contract, you know. That could mean some sort of contract. I also think it requires a decision of some sort. See, here we have decisions around money and love, and how interesting that we had that King of Pentacles. So you're going to feel like you're weighing something up, and you're going to look at the consequences of signing or the consequences of moving forward with this. So I think this is something which has got more of a process attached to it. So I don't think they're going to be looking at it negatively. If they don't go for it, John, it will be because it isn't in alignment with something that they feel is profitable. I think it doesn't necessarily, it doesn't comment on the validity of your proposal. It just says that's the way they make their decisions. Very interesting. It must let us know what happens. That's good. Good luck with that. Sorandu, I think we've asked that already. Okay. Martha Ubithi. Will we get back together? We broke up yesterday. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetie. That's really sore, isn't it, eh? Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so what is the guidance for Martha? Which maybe that's a little typo there. I don't know, but maybe we should ask, what is the guidance for Martha about the possibility of a reconciliation of the relationship that ended yesterday? Right. Okay. So I'm going to show you a card here, Martha, and it looks like a scary card. And I'm going to talk you through why you should take notice of the card. So the card is this one, and this is the the Ten of Swords, and this is guidance for you. And what this tells you is, I'm going to bet that even though I get you want the relationship to get back together because you think that will make it stop hurting, and I understand that, the trouble is that together, sweetie, doesn't equal happiness. And that's the problem. And so what this is saying is, you need to remember how much it hurts you. So I'm not sure getting back together is going to bring you the happiness that you want. Because we have a 10 here, and in tarot, when we get to the 10, this tells you this is the worst it's going to be. And then it leads you to an ace, which is telling you that the thinking that is involved in this card, because this is thinking, it's not physical, it's thinking. The thinking is what's causing the problem. So you need to think about this relationship differently. Now, it could be that at the moment you're just not ready to do that. That's okay, right? But please don't look at this situation through rose-colored glasses. And I think one of the things it's saying here, it isn't telling you that you won't ever have the opportunity to reconnect. But it is asking you to, at some point when you're ready, to really consider whether that would in fact be positive. Because I'm not convinced it would be. Okay? Not if you want happiness. Because that's what you do want, isn't it? You want to be happy. All right? So it looks like a scary card, but in fact it's saying that the situation is in fact as bad as it should get, as bad as it needs to get, and you need to think this is it. This is the end. I need new thinking now. I can't have this in my life. I can't have this drama. I can't have this there. Right? Too much hurt. Enough hurt. There is more love out there for you. Don't keep looking for it where pain sits. All right, sweetie? I hope that's okay. Hello, Cassia. Oh, thank you, darling. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Can't wait to see them. It just, oh gosh, it seems like a unicorn now, doesn't it? This fabled beast. This book that's sort of magically in the ether, but not quite real. Awesome. You can. All right. So for everybody that's new on the channel, I would just remind you all that please just pose your question once if you could. I know it's scary and you think I'll maybe I'll miss you, or maybe I'll kind of move on past. I will do my absolute best to answer everybody's questions. If you think I might have forgotten you, you can remind me in the chat and say, Janice, did you leave me behind? And I'll go back and hunt your question down. But don't keep posting the same question because it gets confusing. My poor brain. Oh, probably yes. I think so. I think you should leave him alone and find some happiness. All right, so this is Cassia. Can I have a card on how my previous company will react to my claim? Okay, let's have a look. What should you prepare for from them? What should you prepare for from your previous company in response to your claim? Interesting. Okay, well, he's a popular chap tonight, isn't he? The old King of Pentacles. So what they're going to do is they're going to look at this financially, and they're going to look at all of the options, and they're going to look at the least worst solution for them. And it's going to be based on the least worst outcome for them, probably financially. That's how they will react. So there isn't really much, they're not thinking about you, Cassia, in this equation. They're not thinking about you. They're thinking about them. They're thinking about the bottom line. They're thinking about costs versus continuing, maybe settlement versus continuing. They're looking at how to manage the situation in the way that will be the least worst solution for them. That's how they'll react. I don't think you'll get an immediate yes or no. There's probably more negotiation to come, I would imagine, while they kind of jostle around deciding what's the least amount they can get away with. I think they might offer you something. They might offer you a settlement. That wouldn't surprise me in the situation. So I would be prepared for some sort of negotiation, I think. That's how it looks to me anyway. Doesn't look like they're going to just block it, though. I think there's more interaction to come. Ooh. Do keep us... We all want to know when we have these questions. We want to know what happens. That's what we want to know. Okay, that's all right, P. Lovely to see you. Okay. Sherry-Ann. I am planning to change my job. Am I close to getting new opportunities? All right, let's ask. And welcome to the channel, by the way, Sherry-Ann. I don't think we've seen you here before. You are very welcome. In return for your reading, do like and subscribe, please. John has me well trained. John is our membership secretary on the channel. I'm very grateful to him. We are too, because I would never remember if it wasn't for John. So, okay, let's have a look. So, is Sherry-Ann? Okay, what should Sherry-Ann? expect with regards to new opportunities? Okay, now here's an interesting card. It's the Eight of Cups. And Sherry-Ann, what that tells me is that I don't think they're going to fall in your lap, sweetie. And it's saying that you're going to have to go out and look for them because not close, no. But that doesn't mean there aren't any. But it does say you've got to take action. Because the Eight of Cups is a card of walking into the unknown, and it does feel a bit like a risk. Now you've got, I am planning to change my job, okay, which means you haven't changed your job at the moment. So I think there's a whole process here for you. I think you need to really think about what new opportunities you're looking for, because as we're the Ace of Cups, we are wanting a solution that's going to make us happy. And in order to do that, it might be that you have to leave some stuff behind. Maybe walking into the unknown for you talks about maybe a new area of some sort, or some sort of new direction that maybe you haven't explored before, but would be closer to what you actually want. Because the 8 leads to the 9, which is wishes granted, and I think you need to think about what you actually wish for and walk in that direction. But you do need to walk towards it and be proactive, because it's an 8, and you need to be quite sort of, quite motivated and get out there and really walk into what feels like a bit of a forest, right? So it's good, it's encouraging, but it's telling you you're not there yet, and you're going to have to go and do some exploration, I think. And that exploration should be around what you do and don't really want. Okay, good. I don't think it's just a change of job. I think it might be even a change of direction, Sherry-Ann. That's how it feels to me. It's slightly bigger than just another job change. All right, hope that helps. Yes, P. John is right. When it feels like a way is blocked to us, it's very important that we lean into that, okay? And when we embrace something which, okay, so the door appears to be locked, we keep banging on it, and it just resolutely won't open. We don't understand why, and it's really, really, really annoying. There's a little story that I just want to share with you about that, because that kind of came up for me. Oh gosh, it was years ago now. I've been going through a kind of tricky time. It was during my yuck years, and in addition to everything else that had been falling apart, my car died, just literally died. And I was driving around. A friend very kindly lent me a little kind of, little thing. And I decided, and, for those of you who know me and know that I now travel around in a converted minibus, I wanted a camper van. That's what I wanted. And there was a camper van. I was living in Weybridge at the time. There was a camper van riding around Weybridge. It was this green VW camper van. And I really wanted a VW camper van just like that. And I started obsessing about this camper van. I want that camper van. How can I get a camper van? I'm going to manifest the camper van. I want the camper van, right? It was just like, come on, I could do this. I'm a manifestation demon. Anyway, one day, the camper van was ahead of me at the traffic lights. And inexplicably, I decided to follow it. Sounds really stalky, doesn't it? And it was a little bit stalky, honestly. I don't know why I decided to follow it. I just had this weird thing. Maybe it'll be for sale. Maybe I could afford it. I don't know. I'm just going to follow it and see where it lives. That's weird. But it was that kind of period. So it turned left at the lights, and so did I. And I followed it into this sort of rather nice, swanky housing estate. And it just disappeared from view. I had no idea where it had gone. I thought, oh, damn it. Where is it? So I thought, well, what was all that about? And then as I turned my little friend's car around in the road, I saw it. And it was behind a swanky driveway with this big metal fence and gates in front of it. So it was back in this thing with these big gates, and they were locked. And I actually drove up on the road. Turning my car around, I ended up nose on to these gates. And I looked at this camper van behind these locked doors and went, oh, and then in my head, really loudly, this voice shouted, no! It wasn't a real voice. It was a disembodied voice. It shouted, no! And it made me jump in my head. I said, what do you mean, no? And then all of a sudden, this picture downloaded of me sitting in an open-top sports car in the sunshine, driving down a country lane, hair flying in the wind. I thought, that's ridiculous. I don't want a sports car. I'm not a sports car kind of a gal. I'm a camper van kind of a gal. I don't do sports cars. That's not me at all. So anyway, I was rather grumpy about the whole thing, and I had no idea about this picture. And then a couple of days later, I got a phone call, and the person on the end of the phone said, oh, I know you're looking for a car. I've seen a car that I think would really suit you. And I don't want to tell you what it is. I want you to just come see it, because it's an amazing deal. So I went, oh, all right then, okay, because I do actually need a car, and I'm not going to get the camper van, so I better make a decision. My mate wants his car back. So I went to this garage, and the person showed me this convertible Saab, which was dark blue, and with cream leather seats and heated seats, and it was a thing of beauty, and it was I think it was grand at the time. And I looked at this car, I thought, do you know what, I quite like that car, actually. How weird. I really like it. Damn it, I'm going to buy it. And that led the next day to me driving down a country road in the sun with the hood down. Going, this is all right, isn't it? So anyway, my long winding tail, brother, is embrace the no, because there could be something so much better for you if you just allow that no to just be a no, and then just allow whatever other thing, because while you're pushing against it, you're blocking everything from coming in, right? Okay. Oh dear. Anyway, I wanted to share that. I love that car. It got flooded on Twickenham Embankment, which ruined it, and I loved it so much. I got another one exactly the same, in the same color. I bought another identical version. Awesome car. Absolutely awesome. Okay, hello. Or Bubo or Pubo or Pubo or Pubo Allison. Is that right? Or Pubo? That's a cute name. Thank you. I hope I haven't slaughtered it for you, but you are very welcome here. Very welcome. Okay. All right. So if you want me to take a card, sweetie, then let me know. Hello, Amanda. Lovely to see you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Things have shifted in a good way between me and my person of interest. Will it become serious? Ram Singh, let's have a look. Congrats. Okay, let's have a look. Right. Okay. Right, now we don't really want to ask a yes/no question here because, again, a no, it's bring you down, it's not going to be useful. So I'm going to ask, what will be the best way to proceed in this relationship, Ramsey, for the best effect of your highest happiness? What would be the best way to proceed in this relationship with you and your person of interest? Okay. Good. The Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords tells you it isn't the right time at the moment to go all in at the moment because you don't know everything about the relationship yet. And what you do need to do is to just, it's like you have to kind of just work it out. Now, the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, as you can see, is a bit of a hacker, right? So it's telling you that what it's asking you to do is investigate in almost like in a non-emotional way. So it's let's just watch. How that's going to pan out is let's just watch. Let's have a little bit of objectivity. I think it's way too early to know whether it will become serious. And here's the thing. The important part of this is not me saying yes or no. It's you finding out yes or no, right? It's got to be it's got to be your knowledge and your decisions and your, your investigation into whether or not this is going to make you happy. That's important. Because you know what? This is a swords card. And a lot of the time when we're reading swords, we never read it in terms of our happiness. But this is like it wants you to investigate the relationship with regards to whether or not it's going to make you happy. And it's too early to say. So you've got to work that out, sweetie. And that's the right thing. So stay in and allow it to be what it is. Don't go all in emotionally just yet. Don't go all in. You don't know enough about it. It hasn't developed. And that process is going to be really important to you. Okay? It's going to be important for you as well. Right? I hope that helps a bit. I don't want to just say yes or no because that kind of circumvents the process a little bit. Okay. Great stuff. Thank you, John. Awesome. That's great. Yes, Claire. I have to admit that sounded very, very optimistic, didn't it? That's really, really good. Thank you, Sarah, for liking and subscribing. That's very good. Okay. Right. Is there a house move coming close for me to rent? Currently looking for one with more space. Okay. So what should you prepare prepare for that. Okay, right. Well, that's actually relatively optimistic, because what this tells you, this is the Seven of Pentacles. So what this tells you is it's sort of, over time, what you do is going to play out. So even though it doesn't feel like at the moment there's much activity going on, right? It's not a no. It's just a no, not now. So I think there will be, but I don't think there is now. Okay? So it's saying you've got to give this a bit of time. And also investing in it, also, being proactive in it is going to be in your favor, Sarah. So it definitely isn't a no, right? Definitely isn't a no. But I think there's just, there's more to come with this. So it's definitely don't give up. But don't expect something quick, because I don't think it's going to be quick, right? Okay, all right. Well, I hope that helps. Let's have a look, John. It's definitely not a no. Yep. I hope they're taking it from that perspective. Actually, justice is very much involved. Well, that's very good. Very good. Well, we're all punting for you, John, for sure. And Jolly, did I? Okay, love, I will go back and I will find it. Let me have a look. Anjali Joan de Silva. Okay. I need a search function, don't I? Where are you? Well, I can't see it, sweetie. Okay. Right. Where were we on the list? Right, Anjali, I'm putting you up here. I can't find your message, darling. Please type it for me again, because I don't know what happened to it, but I can't see it on the feed. So type it again for me, and I will do that for you. Great, thank you, Cassia. Excellent, Sherian. You are very welcome. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Surabi. Let's have a look. Welcome to you too. Thank you for subscribing. Okay. Will I get a project in this week in my office? Okay. Will I get a project in this week? Right. What should you prepare for this week regarding getting a new project, Surabi? What should you prepare for this week regarding getting a new project? Well, I think it's quite positive, really. You've got the Ten of Pentacles here, which is great. There's family involved in this. This is something which is not just a new project out of the blue. It's not, just a thing that just pops out of nowhere. This looks to me to have wider connection than that, and it's positive. So it has definitely had a building aspect to it, which is great. but it also feels like it's connected to your tribe. It's connected to your family, or your the people who are already around you in some way. So I think that's quite encouraging, Surabi. I think that's really positive. It um, certainly is not a no for sure. I just don't think it's out of the blue, and I don't think it's just a random potential that just sort of floats up. I think it's coming from existing connections. Yeah, that's how it feels to me, which is fine, which is all good. Excellent. All right, great. Hello, Sunflower. I am, lots of work readings today. Sunflower, I hope you have subscribed, and I hope you have liked. That's great. Okay. Is a good remote job coming away before the end of the year? Okay. All right. So what should you prepare for regarding the remote job that you want, Sunflower, coming away before the end of the year? What should you prepare for? Well, we've got the Hermit here, and so it's a tricky one. You asked good remote job, and I wonder if that's where the question mark is. So it may well be that there is a job coming your way, but is it the job you actually want? And that's the question, because I think you're going to have to think quite carefully about what's on offer, on whether it actually is what you're looking for or not. Excuse me. Oh God, tissue. So it's a soft yes, but with caution, because I'm not sure it's exactly right, actually. So, but it's not nothing. It doesn't look like nothing to me. It just doesn't look like, the big door prize, does it? To me, anyway. All right, lovely. Yes, yes, Sarah. Sunglasses and scarf on head. Absolutely right. That was, in fact, me. I was that girl. Yeah, it was very good. Okay. And Charlie. All right. Stephanie, good night, darling. Lovely to see you. Yes, Sarah, I think probably after Christmas looks more likely to me, for sure. Okay. And Charlie, let's have a look. What opportunities does November bring for me? Okay. Okay. Let's have a look. What should you prepare for, Anjali, in November with regards to opportunities? All right. So here's interesting. So we have the King of Cups, and I think it is an opportunity, but I think it may not be exactly the kind of opportunity you were talking about. So the King of Cups, as you can see, we have him in the position of the counselor here. And so what he's doing is he is investigating and taking responsibility for his own emotional and personal thing, actions, whatever. So it's telling you that this is going to be, November's going to be a good opportunity for you to get some insight on what's blocking you, on your stuff. Now, that may not sound very exciting, Anjali, but it is actually important. So this insight that you need to have, because you do need to have it, is going to be really important for you moving forward, because it's going to give you valuable information about making things better and getting what you want down the line. So this is very much about, you exploring you, and, whether or not it's actual counseling or whether or not it's you doing a bit of internal work and doing some you work. This is really going to pay off for you if you do this. It may not sound like it's going to shift the needle, but I think it will. So, just take it seriously and really, really give that some thought, because it's going to be important in the process. Okay? Hope that's helpful. I'm going to take you because that's quite an interesting thing. I'm going to take you a little oracle card. Haven't pulled one for a while. Okay, so let's take you an oracle card. Ram Singh, I have already done a reading for you. You only get one per session, I'm afraid. Okay, so let's just take a little card for you, a little oracle card as further guidance. Sensation, that's really interesting, isn't it? So sensation, this is, can you see, like it's kind of like she's saying, gosh, okay, I need to just work out what this is saying to me before I say anything to you. She's quite passionate, isn't she? And she's really caught up in the moment. Let's have a little look. I can't promise I'm going to be able to read. This is not my deck, by the way. Anjali, this is a deck that was given to me last week, which we all quite enjoyed. My problem is I can't. Oh, I wonder if that's one of the chakra cards. There you go. Yes, it is. It's a chakra card. Okay, so it's a base chakra card, which means this is you really exploring. Oh, look at that, the nature of emotion. That's actually what it says. The nature of emotion, creation consciousness, your intuitive self, and what you're passionate about, and what is fueling you. That's fantastic. We really like that. So this is your translation of feeling informs how you experience. Gosh. It's asking you to really tune in to yourself and all of your emotional processes to work out exactly how you're going to move forward and what you really want and what you want to make happen. This is a big potential for transformation, Anjali. That's very good. And that is your opportunity in November. What about that? That's not bad at all, is it? We like that a lot. That's good. Perfect. That's my pleasure, John. We're all rooting for you. Okay. Right. Sherry we already kind of did do that, sweetie. I think you will. I think you need to walk this through, right? I think that now is not the time, darling, to think about whether the career is suitable for you. That's just fear. Do you remember your card? It was all about fear and not being able to see clearly and doubting and maybe even feeling a bit low. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. That is not a question for now. That is, you need to do your exam. You need to do your exam and get through it. And I think you can. And I think you probably will. And then make your next set of decisions after that, darling. All right? Great stuff. Okay. Do you know, I haven't even looked at WhatsApp. Let me just quickly have a look. Ooh, do you know what? I haven't got one single question. This is the first week I've had no questions on WhatsApp. That's amazing. Okay, so I'm going to take a little card for Karen A, because I said I would last week and I didn't. So Karen A, I'm going to take a guidance card for you, because I didn't do it last week. Okay. Let's have a look. Oh, Page of Pentacles. We like the Page of Pentacles. So this is about you becoming a student of life. It's kind of cool, isn't it? And this is about you doing things to kind of figure out if you like them. And it's like it's learning by experience, it's learning by doing. And it's just a really lovely period where you're just sort of exploring what will make your life richer and what will make your life feel more abundant. Because this is telling you that it's like you're relearning, it's like you're moving into a new phase, because pages are always future focused, aren't they, Karen A? And this is great. It's very nice. We like it. This is very positive. And not to treat anything at the moment too seriously. Keep it light. It's a page. It's curious. Just be curious. Keep it light. Nothing at the moment is for long-term use, right? It's not a life choice, is what I mean. So that's a work in progress right now, okay? And that's okay, and that's good. And that should be a fun thing, a good thing. And that's a positive thing for you to enjoy at the moment, right? The serious stuff, the long-term life plan stuff will come later, but not now. We like that. That's really nice. Should I take you an oracle card as well? Let's do that. Okay. Here we go. See, how perfect is that? Don't you just love these things when this happens? So what we have here is we have what looks like a solar plexus card, and the wording at the bottom, you probably can't see that in this light, says inspiration. And that's really lovely with that page energy, isn't it? Because the solar plexus is a chakra, is our center of power and confidence. It's our inner sun, where it just, where we are kind of powered by all the good stuff. And I think if you marry that up with that Page of Pentacles, that's telling you that you are now learning about life energy and about what you want to bring into fruition and what you want to make happen. And that's really lovely. And it's actually quite down to earth. So it's not all up in one's energy or or all emotional in any one of the, in cups. It's quite grounded in that page energy. It's learning by sampling and doing and just seeing what you enjoy. Oh, it's great. As a prescription, Karen, that's not too bad, is it? We quite like that. Right, so I need to tell you all that I'm not going to be on the live next week. I have to go and have a camera down my throat. You've probably noticed over the last few weeks that I've been a bit husky. My voice is husky. Fear not, anything really horrible has been ruled out. All right, so please don't worry. All of that work, exploration work, has been done. It's nothing horrible, nothing scary, but nevertheless, one of my vocal cords is not working properly, so I have to go and have that looked at. So I'm going to have to. So I'm having to go up to London on Tuesday and go to the hospital there. So I'm not going to be able to get back in time, I would imagine. Okay. So, so we're going to have to skip next week. I'm really sorry, guys, but I will be back the week after. I promise. Okay, I promise. It's fine. I'm not exactly looking forward to it, but I do need to get it. Okay. All right. Bluebird, hello. You're new. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I will answer your question. You'll be my last for this evening. Please do like and subscribe in return for the reading. And can I just say to everybody, so we have our new monthly tarot reading video up on YouTube. It has been there. Please do give it a watch. And if you feel that generous and interested, if you could drop me a nice comment on there, it really does help the channel a lot if you can drop me comments, because the algorithm really does like it. So pop over to the monthly video and have a watch of it. Don't watch it for 2 minutes and log off, because YouTube notices and thinks it's boring, so it doesn't show it to anyone. So leave it playing, and then just write me a nice little note, and I shall be a happy bunny. Okay, Bluebird. Sorry, let's have a look. All right, so let's put you up center stage. Will you be able to attend and register for spring courses? Okay, let's have a look. So what do you need to know about being able to attend and register for spring courses? Let's ask. Thank you, Johnny. That's really kind. Yes, it's where you belong, Bluebird. Center stage. Absolutely. All right. So what do you need to know about being able to attend and register for spring courses? Okay, so the answer is maybe, because of what the Emperor is. So you need to really drill down on what the systems are, what the rules are, what where the boundaries are, and that could, Bluebird, that could be referring to you too. It might mean that if you're going to do that, if you want to attend and register for spring courses, then you're going to have to be quite self-disciplined and quite focused and self-disciplined, but also be aware of deadlines. That's really important. Deadlines and rules around deadlines and what needs to be submitted and when. You're homeless. Let me see. Looking for a job. I have an overdue balance. Well, yes, I'm not sure that I understand. Um, yes, I think you're going to need to be quite um, strong with this, yeah, and very non-emotional. So it's really important that you don't take it on as an emotional thing, Bluebird. You've just got to look at the structure, look at the rules, look at the requirements, and also be quite strict with yourself on this as well. You may have an obstacle, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's out of reach, right? And even if this time it isn't possible, it doesn't tell you that it isn't possible later. It just says this is the process you need to go through in order to make it happen. All right. So yes, even if it does feel a bit blocked now, you you've got to be quite like show up really strong and really forthright and really self-disciplined about all of this. No emotion, just get the job done, right? Very important. So yes, you maybe have an obstacle, but don't give up. It's actually very, very important. All right. Okay, I hope that helps. Good luck, darling. If we can help you further on a subsequent week, let us know. Sherry Ann, everybody gets one question, darling. We don't do second questions because otherwise everybody just keeps on coming, right? So if you want to ask another question, you're going to have to come back and see me week after next. All right? I hope that's okay. All right, that's lovely. And hold on. There we go. Okay, I'm going to say goodnight to everybody. I'm sorry about next week, but I will be back the week after. Okay, I promise. It'll be lovely to see you all there. In the meantime, have a lovely, lovely fortnight, and I will see you all soon. All right, thank you. I'm glad that helped, Bluebird. Lovely to see everybody. Thanks so much for coming. It really did. It really does make a difference. That's awesome. Good night, Marinade. Good night, John. Good night, everybody. See you soon.